It's been a while. It's good to be here. It's interesting. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome in. Okay, I said it's been a while. Let's hope Whitey will let people know about this live. I hope my voice is not getting to your meeting. It's good to be here. Most people that are day people will be asleep at this time. Others who are nights crawlers will be here to show up. So let's get to know where you are watching from. Where are you watching from? Welcome in. I know it takes some time for the system to notify and then for notification for people that have joined in. Yes, finally we have the first person to join in. Please let's get to meet you. Who is in? Where are you watching from? Thank you for joining in. Now we are 9 or more. Okay. Welcome. Thank you for joining in. It's been a while. I hope I can see your messages. Just let me know if you can hear me. Am I audible? You can send in. Hey, finally, Manuel Garba. Thank you. Thank you for the like. Yes, that means I can see messages in the chat. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. Manuel, where are you watching from? Thank you for saying hi. Thank you for the like. Please let's give this live a like so that more people can join in. We're talking. Yes, thank you for the emojis. Thank you. Cheesy AI Master. Welcome, Cheesy. Thank you for joining in. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for the likes. Let's keep it moving. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hope I'm very audible. Hey, we have 4 likes now. Thank you. Thank you. Let's keep moving. Please tap in as you come in. Tap, 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 tap. Double tap. And please follow the channel. Subscribe. Look for the subscribe button. Just click on the 3 dots in the corner. Maybe at the top, maybe below, depending on your device. And that way you can get to join the community. Okay, so please subscribe to the channel. We're glad to have you join us. wonderful community, LD Health Community. Thank you for tuning in today. So, how have you been? Where are you watching from? Let me know where you're watching from. Different parts of the world, I'm sure people are watching. Thank you for the fifth like. Wow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been a while, so it's a good welcome, welcome, welcome party. Do you like tiger nuts? Do you like tiger nuts? That's how you can snack and snack on healthy fruits. Welcome, Cheesy. Thank you, Emmanuel from Nigeria. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you for being forced to comment and for joining in. Please share. There are many of your friends and family members that may benefit from this information. We'll be talking about fasting and your mental health. It's a very important topic. Okay, but I want to meet with you, everyone joining in. Okay, hello, my friend, Virgie Pinto TV channel. Pinto TV channel. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for liking the live. Insist like let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Thank you, Virgie Pinto TV channel. Thank you for liking the live. Oh, from the Philippines. Wow. It's good to have you here. What time is it in your location? What time is it in the Philippines? Is it Philippines or Philippines? I hope I got Philippines. Okay, Azuka DY Bala. Welcome, Azuka. Please like the live. Just tap on your screen, double tap, and that way we'll be connecting. Interestingly, you can look for the like button. Just check the profile on the channel, the description. Click on the three dots and you will see the like button. You also see the subscribe button. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm sure there are a number of amazing, very informative videos on the channel for you. If you care about your health, then this is a place to be. So, are you fasting? Let me know in the chat. Azuka says, hello, how are you doing? I'm doing great. Azuka DY Bala. Good evening, sir. Good evening, Azuka. Please, where are you watching from? Are you male or female? Azuka DY Bala. Thank you for the seventh like. Thank you, great people. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I think this is cool. Hope it's not too dark. What time is it, Virgie Pinto TV? What time is it in the Philippines? Ayomide, where are you watching from? What's your favorite snack? Okay, so we are talking about fasting and your mental health. So who is fasting? Let's know. Who are those who are fasting at this time? Let's know in the chat. What is fasting? Fasting is actually abstinence from food, okay, staying away from food for a period, okay, and then for different people, different reasons for fasting. So, what's your own reason for fasting? And interestingly, at this time, the major major religious groups, Christianity and the Islamic groups, are having a fast, observing a fast this period. Okay, that's on the general note. Of course, in this dispensation for the Christians, there are certain groups, we talk about Pentecostals, who have certain periods for their own fast. They may not be observing this current fast. Okay, there are different churches that decide to, fast before the end, towards the end of the year, maybe 30 days, maybe 40. Some people do 7 days, 14 days, but people fast. And people fast for different reasons. So, for religious purposes, religious reasons, a time to get closer to God, a time to seek God's face, a time to worship God. That's one purpose of fasting, is to bring down the flesh and allow the spirit to increase. Okay, so but for the Muslims also, they have their own regular, that's yearly fast, and they usually take a meal early in the morning, and then they take to break in the evening. So, what is fasting to you? Are you actually observing the current fast? And do you fast? If you do, let me know in the chat. Do you fast? Do you like fasting? Or are you indifferent? Do you do more of group fasting, or you fast as an individual? Or what's your own reason for fasting, if it is other than for religious reasons? As a medical doctor, let me introduce myself for those that do not know. I'm a medical doctor, and fasting is one of the recommendations we give for different reasons. Okay, for people who are working on their weight, trying to reduce weight, you know, we encourage fasting as part of intermittent fasting, especially as part of lifestyle changes that they should make. That's not neglecting the other things like exercising, controlling your what you drink, and not just observing the fasting, but when you also eating, ensuring that you are eating right. Okay, so these are very important things, and of course your mental health is also a very important aspect of your overall health. Some people fast to punish themselves, punish their body. Okay, but I'm still talking about the general reasons for fasting. Talk about the religious reasons, religious purpose, and then do you know that medically also, for individuals who may be suspected to be having conditions that may require surgical intervention, they may also require be required to fast. If you're going to be having a surgery, if the individual is going to be having a surgery, especially talking about something that has to do with the abdomen, or maybe some even minor surgeries, people are expected to fast, and that's because one, if the surgeon will be working in the intestinal area, the abdomen, then it's important to have observed that protocol. Okay, because there are many risks associated with having undigested food or even fresh food in the process. All right, so there are other reasons why individuals may need to fast. So, what are the other reasons? Greetings from Tea Time with Lady Let. Good to have you here, Lady Let. Thank you for joining in. Saying hello, doctor. Hello, Lady Let. I hope the lighting is okay for everyone. Are you okay with the lighting? I hope I'm audible as I'm using an external mic. I hope it's okay. Thank you, Tea Time, for joining in, and I hope you have liked the live and you may like to share it. Okay, that means you can hear me clearly. And she's saying blessings to everyone. Chat. Okay, thank you so much. He said all is well. Amen. So where are you watching from? Tea Time with Lady Letts. Where are you watching from? Thank you for joining me. Do you know that there's a period that an individual can survive without food? Do you know? Do you know how long an individual can survive without food? We're still talking about fasting and fasting and your mental health. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you so much. Thank you. Please share the live so that more people can join in. Please let me know where you're watching from. Where are you joining from? Tea time. Let me know where you're watching from. Tea time, and everyone just joining in, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome again. Let's get to meet you. Echoes of experience. Now we are going to we are coming to wash that new place. I think I saw a post today. I've been on the road, but I think I came across a post about you cleaning up. Was it a live? Talk about cleaning up your new place or moving into your new place. Have you moved? Let's get to know. So we're coming to wash it. What are we washing with? Anyway, it will be good to have some fruits, maybe some parfait. So Echo says, "Good evening, my favorite doctor." Hey, thank you. I have tiger nuts here. Yes, I've moved into the new apartment. I was on the road. I couldn't watch. I was just checking around briefly. And network issues on the road. So it's good to know that you have finally moved. I believe you like the new place. So what motivated your movement? What motivated your change of location? Or is it change of apartment? Not necessarily location. Is it the same city? Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Just remember to like the live. Yes, say thank you. So I'm so happy, and yes, I like the new place. It's good to know, and that's one thing that can affect our mental health when we know what we are to do or we want a change of experience, like echoes of experience, but we are not meeting up, or we are not able to get to do or doing that, there's a way it affects your mental health, because your mind, your intellect, your ability to intelligently interact with others, interact with life. This is talking about your mental health. And it's something that also has to do with how well you're able to cope with stress. So if you're not able to cope with stress, you're likely not to be mentally stable. And you need your mental health, um, a stable mental health, to be productive. Okay? So if you are going to this week, for example, going to a new week without any challenge at your energy, challenge of your effectiveness or productivity, whatever you do, you must be sure that you are mentally stable. So it is that ability that you have to be able to cope, that makes you able to cope with the stresses of life. And in fact, that makes you to be able to participate and interact with life, to contribute your part to community. That's about mental health. So we are talking about fasting and mental health. Yes, yes. Okay, so it's good to know that you like the new place. Sometimes when I get into this teaching, I'm already just moving. I should be checking the chat. So let's know where you're watching from. If you're just joining us, yes, the same city. It was because of light and other issues that motivated me to move out. Oh, so it's good to know. Can imagine how disturbing that would have been to you, and how it could, of course, must have affected your effectiveness, your productivity level when it comes to content creation and even other things of life. Comfort is very important. It's one of the things that helps your mental health when you are comfortable wherever you are. Thank you. Okay, yes, you're making sense, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for the feedback. One of the things that also happens when people are in this period, still talking about fasting and mental health, is that there are people that may not be able to fast. And I'm going to tell you those who should not be fasting now. Okay, and that's the fact. As a medical doctor, I can tell you that there are some people that should not be fasting. Okay, medically speaking. All right. So, but even for those who are unable to join the general fast, talking about the Christian or Muslim fast, some people get themselves into this guilt trap. They feel guilty. You know. So anyway, if your conscience knows and you know in yourself that you have the strength, you have the ability, you have everything in place for you to really be part of the ongoing fast, and you're not doing it, definitely your conscience will get at you. You may not feel comfortable at it. So why keep doing what you know your conscience is disturbing you for? Why do you keep doing that? So that means you can do differently, and that way you can adjust your mental health so you don't get anxious unnecessarily. Some people are even wondering, maybe somebody will be asking them, are you fasting? Especially if they know that you are a Christian, and this is the period of this is the Lenten season. Okay. And people wonder, are you not fasting? You don't want people to know. Okay, like I said earlier, there are people who are in other uh, when you talk about Christian community, different bodies, different uh, religious bodies, especially talking about Pentecostals and Orthodox, people have different periods for fasting. And so that is understandable. But if you are not if you are not part of such a group, you may not feel guilty, even though it's important to, participate. Community involvement, being a part of a community is one of the things that helps your mental health, especially when you are in the right community. Please, as you come in, remember to give this live a like. I believe I have my people here who are 90s like me. When I say who are, I don't want to call us night crawlers. Those who are mostly working into the night or for one reason or the other, unable to sleep early. So if you are like me, okay, let's get into this conversation. Let's chat. It's been a while, okay? So please remember to tap, tap, tap. The more you tap, the more people will likely be notified by the system. I know if you're a content creator, and if you are not, you must have been hearing this. So please give this live a like. And then, if you are new here, I'm a medical doctor, and we have a very thriving, healthy community here. So you may like to join us by subscribing to the channel. And interestingly, we have a members group. If you like, you may want to join. That's another uh, selected group, and that selection is by choice. Okay, you make the choice. You just look for the membership button and click on that to join at whatever level you're able to join. So thank you for coming in, being a part of our community, and for joining this live. So if you are here to inform us, let's know where you are watching from. Where are you watching from? I know Echoes is watching from Nigeria. I'm streaming from Lagos, Nigeria. Tea Time, I am not sure. Azuka DY Bala, maybe from Nigeria also, I'm not sure. But Virgie Pinto TV from Philippines. Manuel from Nigeria. Noah, I'm not sure yet. All right, so we're talking about fasting and your mental health. So, but there are some people that actually should not be fasting. Would you like to know? Do you want me to tell you people that should not be fasting? Okay, you may like to drop in the chat. If you are interested, just type yes. Just type yes. If you really want to know, let me share with you those who should not be fasting. Even though I've talked about different reasons why people fast, talk about the religious, talk about health reasons. Some people do that to discipline themselves. Some people do that as part of community life, just being part of a community, but it's actually healthy to observe fast. Fasting helps your body to reset, actually. Fasting helps people who are overweight to be able to have some reduction of weight, and helps in lowering of cholesterol levels. Fasting helps in blood sugar control. Fasting is important, okay. May also be helpful in people who are hypertensive. Also helps in some mental health conditions. Do you know that whether you eat or you don't eat has a way of affecting your mood? And actually, studies have shown that for some people, fasting may worsen their mental health status or condition, while for others, fasting may in fact boost their mood. Okay, so there are different explanations. There's this initial experience that you have when you fast. You know, you're putting a reset, and what is happening is that fat is being broken down. Ketones are being formed, and then the ketones are used by the brain, unlike the normal glucose that the brain has been used to. So this way, the brain is still able to function, other organs are still able to function, but the fat being broken down goes a long way to help in keeping the individual fit. But do you know that an individual, as science has discovered, cannot last for more than 3 weeks without food? As in, staying away from food for 3 weeks can make an individual to buy. Okay, if you understand that. So now, do you know that also water is required? That an individual may not be able to live longer than 3 days without water. That's on the average. Okay, and then without air, 3 hours. If an individual is in a place without air, I mean, breathing in air, having air, access to breathe air to exchange, the individual may not last more than 3 hours. So you can see how important it is to have a knowledge, to be involved, intentionally involved in what you are doing. So some people are actually fasting, but they don't know the reason why they are fasting. So if you are doing the religious fast, it's important to engage, in the place of prayer, in the place of meditating, studying the word of God. These are things that should be done. Otherwise, you're just doing activity. That's the fact. I'm a Christian, I believe in fasting. And then I believe that it's important, like Jesus did, to be able to find time, separate time, have time with God. Of course, there are general meetings, prayer meetings that are held, for different groups, different religious sects, different ways, different times that people pray. But as an individual, you must be committed in the place of meditating on the word of God, in place of prayer, in place of worship, to be able to actually maximize the essence of the fast. Of course, fasting helps to discipline your body. It puts your flesh under and it allows your spirit to grow, to build up. Fasting is good for your mental health, okay? Even though that's why I talked about the extreme, somebody decides to keep fasting, of course, it will deprive them of the necessary uh, glucose, at a level, the ketones, the blood sugar that is needed to keep functioning normally. Okay, so if an individual begins to have a low blood sugar, I'm talking about some of the symptoms already of going beyond what a man should normally do when it comes to fasting. So if you decide to do a 3 weeks of fasting without food, not taking food at all, then you will be walking in a dangerous path. Okay. So, but before we continue into what can happen when a person fasts, let's talk about the. I was talking about those who should not be fasting. Okay. Let me know if you can hear me clearly. I can see that people are in, but I want to get your feedback. Let me know if you can hear me. I hope I'm audible. I hope I'm audible. If I am, please just say yes. Continue. Just let me know in the chat. All right. So I want to talk about the fact that there are people that should not be fasting, and I will start with, you can guess, pregnant women. A pregnant woman should not be fasting. Why? Because she's not eating for one. She's not eating for just herself. She's eating for two. So we don't expect an inborn baby in utero, to be fasting. Because the reason why God allowed the umbilical cord, the connection between the mother and the baby in there is so that oxygen and nutrients, blood exchange can take place between the mother and the baby. Okay, so where there is a deprivation of this oxygen, blood, nutrients, then the baby is going to suffer. So that's why some people may even lose baby in utero. So fasting is not for a pregnant woman actually. Even though maybe in the early periods of the pregnancy or later stage of the pregnancy it may not be okay. Midway, somewhere in between, with the guidance of your doctor, you may observe some few hours. And of course, if the individual needs to go through a procedure that requires fasting for a period, definitely that would be important. Who are those that should not be fasting? Now, I've talked about the pregnant woman. And apart from the effect on the baby, effect of fasting on the baby, the effect on the woman herself. So as long as a mother is healthy, a baby can do well. But when a mother is deprived, undernourished, you know, is weak, fatigued, the baby will also suffer from this negative experience. Okay, so that's why pregnant women or a pregnant woman should not be fasting. Who else should not be fasting? Maybe the elderly. Okay, I say that with some caution because there are still some people in their 60s, 70s who are still very strong. Even though what happens is that because of the change in their body, in their system, if an elderly person loses that normal intake of food, begins to experience a low blood sugar, they have a higher risk of developing symptoms and complications earlier than in middle-aged or young adults. Okay, and that's because just like we talked about for the babies, no nutrients, reduction in blood supply, reduction in blood sugar. Symptoms will include a headache. The individual may have some confusion, so it can increase the risk of confusion in the elderly if an elderly engages in fasting. Okay, and especially, for those who can still do it, there's a need for proper evaluation. But for those who have some other symptoms, some other conditions, I beg your pardon, like people who have peptic ulcer disease, and the elderly are at increased risk of developing ulcer. So if an individual already has a ulcer, so this does not just apply to adults, I mean to the elderly, even for middle age or young adults. The fact is that if anyone is dealing with an ulcer, they have a higher risk of worsening that condition through fasting. So if you are going to do, there may be a need to have a proper evaluation and guidance from your doctor. Very important. Who else should not be fasting? This one is important. One that is on admission in the hospital and requires food, water, to recover. So we are not expecting, as a doctor, I'm not expecting such an individual to be observing the fast because they are trying to recover from an illness. There are some medications that actually require food for them to work well in the body. So such individuals should not be fasting. Who else should not be fasting? Someone that is diabetic and is on medications. Is it a total no? No. There may still be a need to have some adjustments to their medications. So if your medications have been taken morning, afternoon, night, it can be adjusted to morning and then evening with the guidance of your doctor. So that's why at this time we need to interact, you need to engage with your doctor for proper guidance. Okay. Thank you for the 11th like. Let me know if you are just joining us, where are you watching from? And it's good to have you here. We're talking about, of course, I'm doing a reunion. It's been a while, trying to check on people who are awake at this time, people who are able to join in, and then talking about fasting and your mental health. So if you have any question regarding this topic, please you can drop in the chat. Echoes, are you still there? All right, so we have the 12th like. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Okay, so I've mentioned those who should not be fasting. You're wondering what I have here. I have tiger nuts. What are those that should not be fasting? We've talked about those who are diabetic. Is it that they can't fast at all? No, that they should have some guidance. Or those who cannot fast at all are those who have these fluctuations in their blood sugar. People have it very high, or people have it very low. And the very low, talking about hypoglycemia, the very high, talking about hyperglycemia, they are both emergencies. They are both conditions that require close monitoring so that the individual does not suffer. They are already complications in themselves, but should not lead to death. Okay, so if an individual who is already suffering from low blood sugar, blood glucose, blood glucose below normal, the individual has a tendency of going into a coma and may even lead to death. So we don't want that kind of person to engage in a fast. Okay, so who else should not be fasting? It is that individual that the doctor has said do not fast. So for whatever reason your doctor has said to you that you should avoid fasting, please take note. And if you must fast, then there must be some level of input that your doctor will give to you to ensure that you are doing fasting the right way. Okay, so it's important to understand that there are some studies that have been done around fasting and mental health. When you start fasting initially, there's a bit of change in your mood, your body just adjusts. Sometimes you may feel more alert, some people may feel wow, more energized, your body is resetting. That's fine. But at some point, the body may begin to feel a need for energy supply. So that mood may also be changed. Some people say an hungry man is an angry man. That's a popular saying, right? So is it really true that a hungry man is an angry man? So it's possible, of course, because there's usually a mood change. If you eat something that you like, if you like what you are eating, that means your mood is good, you are happy, you feel good. And the hormones that are secreted are the feel good hormones. Okay, endorphins. So, but if you are engaging in what you don't like to eat, you know, there's a tendency for your mood not to be high, it will be low. So there may be fluctuations in your mood, and people are able to pick that themselves. So have you eaten something that you like to eat? Have you do you usually find yourself eating something that you like? There's a way you feel, there's a way it makes you feel. So why not enjoy that? There's a way you feel if you don't have access to what you feel like eating. Okay? So that's some of the ways that fasting can affect your mood and your mental health. I've talked about the fact that some people feel guilty that they are not fasting. So they may get anxious unnecessarily, may get depressed, may feel disappointed in themselves. They feel that they are not able to meet up with the requirements of their religious practice. Okay? And you shouldn't feel guilty. If you don't fast today, okay, you fast tomorrow. Okay. So that's very important. Because we are talking about fasting and your mental health. Okay. And we talk about your mental health being that state of well-being where you are able to cope with the stresses of life. You are able to intelligently interact with others. You're able to contribute to your community. So that's very important. I hope you understand. Let me know if you are following. Okay. So, what do you think? What are your thoughts about fasting and mental health? So, a lot of people are actually suffering mental health related conditions. You know, when a man or a woman is suffering from depression, one of the things that happens is that they tend to want to withdraw from things that they normally participate in. They tend to lose appetite for food and even the things, pleasurable things. Okay? They have a low mood. So these are some of the signs of depression. An individual may also be anxious. So an individual that is already low in mood, that has a loss of appetite, cannot be the one that will want to engage in fasting. So there are some mental health conditions that already contradicts fasting. But if anyone with such conditions is going to observe any fast, it must of necessity be by the guidance of his or her doctor. Very important. Very important. So let me know your thoughts about this topic. Number of people are actually suffering from mental illnesses, and it's like a taboo. People feel bad talking about it. Okay, people think, oh, people will label me. All the stigma, people don't want to talk about it, but people are going through a lot, psychologically. So what are your thoughts? Fasting and mental health. So we're also catching up. It's been a while, live. So let me know what how do you think? Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Interestingly, this month we'll be focusing too much on mental health, be a major part of our focus this month of March. So I welcome you into the new month. Congratulations once again to Echoes, who has secured a new place for herself, new apartment. There will be a mix of emotions. You are excited, and then you may also be feeling you have a lot to do to put things in order in a new apartment. Let's welcome our chief Uncle Barry walking exercise for your health. Welcome, Mr. Barry. Say blessings, doctor. Long time. Thumbs up, done. Happy New Month. Yes, it's been a while. I know I've not been coming live, but I've been uploading videos. I don't know why people are not watching as much. Like YouTube will say, the click through rate looks good, even though people are not watching as much as your other videos. So why are you not watching as much? What do you want us to talk about? People should drop in the comments. Let me know what you want us to be talking about. Quite a number of videos on hypertension, blood pressure management, videos on arthritis, video on mental health, videos on reproductive health. Very interesting videos, very informative. I get a lot of feedback. But why? Very few people drop their comments on the videos. So please, can we do better this year? Let's grow this community together. Let's grow the channel. It's been 4 years being on YouTube. I think we need to increase visibility. Okay. So, and that comes by the activities that we do in the community, watching the videos, liking, sharing, asking questions, engaging in the live sessions. These are things that are important. So happy new month, Mr. Barry. How is Mama? Hope you're all doing great. Let's keep working for our health. Let's avoid the sedentary lifestyle. Tea time with Lady Les says blessing. Yes, finally we have your feedback from Jamaica. Jamaica, thank you. It's good to know. I have a number of friends from that side. Okay, Mama Liz is doing well. Thanks for asking. You're welcome, sir. And my greetings to her. Oh, is she there? We're such a great team, and it's good to grow together with the one you love. And we need to keep supporting each other. So I like the energy, the life, the life you bring to what you do. The consistency, it's amazing. And I encourage people to subscribe, to check your channel and engage and follow. Because definitely, if you're talking about walking, you're gonna walk when you join that community. You will consciously engage in walking, because to do that every day. Okay. Who else is in? If you have not introduced yourself, please do. If you are just joining us, welcome. Please like the live. Thank you for the new subscribers. Thank you to everyone just joining the community. Give you a warm welcome. So, have you watched the video on? In fact, I have two recent videos, two this week already. What causes low libido in men? It's not just in men. This also are common causes in women. So when you talk about sex drive, when it's reduced, why? Find out in that video. So on the channel, what causes low libido? 7 reasons you are always tired, even after sleeping for hours. Even after sleeping for hours, I think you need to watch that video. Very important. Have you experienced that before? You feel tired even after sleeping or waking for, not sleeping for even up to 8 hours, still feel tired. Why? Find out in that video where I share 7 reasons we are always tired. Find out. Welcome. Welcome back. Where are you? About 1 hour of streaming. So thank you everyone who was able to join in. Let's see how many more, how much time we can still go. YouTube. Let's get to meet you. Okay, so I was saying that I just checked the video. I was talking about this live. Check the previous minutes, and then I noticed my picking of the fruit with the right hand is showing as left. That's interesting. Okay, so somebody can assume that I was using my left left hand to eat. Okay, that's technology for you. So maybe we'll call it a night here and continue some other time. I don't know who is still here, but let me know in the chats. I know if we stretch a bit more, More people from other regions of the world will be joining in. Welcome or welcome back. Who is in and where are you watching from? Okay, so simply have to close. Welcome if you're just joining in. Let's know where you're watching from. It's been a while. It's like the life, like the life, like the life. Like. Tap, 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 tap. Welcome. Please like the live and let's get to meet you. If you're just coming in, where are you watching from? Please drop your comments. Remember to tap on your screen to like the live. We need more likes. Welcome in. Remember to tap and like the live. Okay, so I'm going to tie it here. Thank you for staying tuned and for being a part of the discussion tonight. Okay, so watch out for next episode. Welcome to the live. Let's know where you're watching from. Udayani Kumari. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for the like. Please tap on your screen, tap to like the live. And if you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe. Subscribe. Welcome in. That's interesting. That's what happens when you're trying to move and then the community moves from one place to the other. Where are you watching from, Udayani? Where's your location? So Udayani, where are you watching from? Let's get to meet you. Who is just joining in? Welcome. Okay, let's see how much time we can still push. Welcome in. Where are you watching from? Who else is with us? Let's get to know where you are watching from. Who is online? So thank you for this 1 hour 20 minutes. Yeah, it's been a great time here. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you again soon. Thank you and bye for now.